The Diverging Paths of Shiva and Raju, a tale of success and stagnation. Before starting the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Shiva and Raju had been inseparable friends since childhood, growing up in the same small town. They had always dreamt of achieving greatness in their respective lives. They both set out on their journeys with high hopes, but the paths they chose and the mindsets they adopted couldn't have been more different. Shiva believed wholeheartedly in the power of positive affirmations, building wealth, and manifesting his dreams. At 33, Shiva had built a thriving business, a successful digital marketing agency that now had branches in 3 cities. Every morning, Shiva woke up at 5 a.m., followed by a routine that set the tone for his day. He began with meditation to clear his mind, followed by a workout, then 20 minutes of journaling, where he wrote his daily affirmations. I am attracting wealth effortlessly. Opportunities are abundant, and they come to me with ease. Every day I grow richer in all areas of my life. These weren't just words for Shiva. They were beliefs he had ingrained into his mind over years of practice. He had a vision board on the wall of his bedroom, filled with images of the life he was building: expensive real estate, happy family moments, dream vacation spots, and quotes that reaffirmed his belief in success. Whenever he faced a challenge, he looked at the board and felt a surge of confidence. Shiva's early struggles had shaped him into a resilient and adaptive man. In his 20s, he had lost nearly all his savings in a failed tech startup. The weight of that failure could have crushed him. But instead, Shiva learned a crucial lesson. Failure was simply part of the journey. He started reading books about wealth building, particularly those that focused on mindset. Books like Think and Grow Rich and The Power of Positive Thinking helped him reframe his approach to life. Shiva soon realized that wealth wasn't just about money, it was about value creation. So, he focused on developing skills that would make him indispensable in any business environment. He took online courses, joined mastermind groups, and surrounded himself with like-minded people who believed in abundance, success, and growth. Slowly, his investments in himself paid off. His digital marketing agency started gaining high-profile clients and his net worth grew. But Shiva was more than just a businessman. He believed that true wealth came from happiness, health, and relationships. His life was balanced. He made time for his family, took vacations to recharge, and practiced gratitude every day. His favorite affirmation was, I am surrounded by wealth in every area of my life, my family, my work, and my personal growth. On the other hand, Raju, now 34, found himself in a downward spiral. He had once shared the same dreams as Shiva, but life had not gone as planned. While Shiva soared, Raju seemed to be sinking deeper into despair with every passing year. Raju's fall from grace had been gradual. In his 20s, Raju had started his own business, a small electronics repair shop. It had potential, but Raju lacked the focus and drive to scale it. His financial management was poor, and after making a series of bad business decisions like investing in outdated stock and failing to adapt to the rise of online services, his business went bankrupt. Unlike Shiva, Raju had no system to deal with failure. Instead of looking at his mistakes as learning opportunities, he internalized them. His thoughts turned negative. Every morning, instead of affirming his potential, Raju would look at himself in the mirror and think, I'm a failure. I can't catch a break. Why does everything bad happen to me? Raju's family noticed the shift in his behavior. His parents, who had been supportive of his ventures, began to worry. His relationship with his girlfriend, Priya, also deteriorated. Priya had always admired Raju's ambition, but over time, his constant negativity and refusal to take action strained their relationship. Eventually, she left, unable to handle the emotional toll it took on her. This breakup was the final blow for Raju, who felt like he had lost everything. Shiva tried to help. He invited Raju over for long talks, encouraging him to adopt the mindset practices that had transformed his own life. You're focusing on what you don't have, Raju. The more you focus on that, the more you're going to get of it. You need to start seeing the opportunities around you, even in failure, Shiva would often tell him. But Raju wasn't ready to hear it. His mind was clouded by self-doubt and fear of failure. His life became a series of missed opportunities. Instead of rebuilding, he chose inaction. He stopped applying for jobs, avoided friends who were doing well, and spent most of his time watching TV or scrolling through social media, comparing his failures to the success of others. Then came the turning point. Raju's financial situation hit rock bottom. He was months behind on rent, his credit cards were maxed out, and the bank had seized what little assets he had left. On a cold December night, Raju sat alone in his apartment, staring at eviction papers. His phone buzzed. It was a message from Shiva, asking him to come over for dinner. That night, Raju finally opened up to Shiva in a way he hadn't before. Shiva, I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I've failed at everything. I don't know how to fix it, he confessed. For the first time, Raju realized he couldn't do it alone. Shiva's response was simple, but powerful. It's never too late, Raju. You can change your life, but you have to start by changing your mind. You can't expect success if you don't believe in it. You've got to take small steps every day. The next morning, Raju joined Shiva for a morning walk, something Shiva did every day to center himself. They walked in silence for a while before Shiva broke it. I want you to try something, Shiva said. Every day, write down 5 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Start with that, and then write down one goal, just one that you want to accomplish. I promise, it'll change the way you see things. It was a small step, but Raju decided to try it. At first, it felt awkward. He had spent years focusing on what he didn't have. Finding 5 things to be grateful for seemed impossible. But over time, it became easier. He began to notice little things: the warmth of the sun, the support of his parents, the fact that he still had a roof over his head. Slowly, his mindset shifted. With Shiva's guidance, Raju began to rebuild his life. He got a part-time job as a freelance consultant, using the skills he had learned from running his electronics business. The pay was modest, but it was a start. He began to reconnect with old friends, apologized to Priya for how he had treated her, and even started going to the gym again. Raju also started attending business workshops and seminars, this time with an open mind. He took notes, asked questions, and slowly but surely began to feel his confidence return. He wasn't where Shiva was yet, but for the first time in years, he could see a path forward. 1 year later, Raju stood proudly next to Shiva at a business conference they both attended. Though their journeys had been different, both had finally found their way. Shiva continued to thrive, expanding his business and exploring new ventures. Raju, while not yet a millionaire, had secured a new business partnership in a startup that focused on green tech, a field he was passionate about. Shiva's success story continued, built on the foundation of self-belief, affirmations, and daily discipline. He never let a day go by without expressing gratitude for the wealth, both material and spiritual, that surrounded him. Raju's story, though slower, was one of redemption. He had learned that success wasn't about avoiding failure. It was about embracing it, learning from it, and taking action. With Shiva's guidance, he had developed the tools to start over, and he finally believed that his future could be as bright as his best friends. In the end, their journeys illustrated a powerful truth. Success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about mindset, persistence, and the willingness to grow. While Shiva manifested his dreams by focusing on abundance, Raju learned that even in his darkest moments, the ability to change his life was within his control. The lesson they both embodied: the universe rewards those who are willing to believe in themselves, take action, and trust in the abundance around them. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel